In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Most Merciful, the Truthful, and the Most Just. May Allah's Salam Alaikum. I uh, I told you all that we were going to have a surprise for you. And we are here in the studio uh, with someone that I have admired for years. I mean, when I was around 23 years old, I remember when I met this brother, Mr. Billy Paul. Of course, he probably don't remember just meeting all of us that was there, but he has been a person who has not only been an inspiration in his music, but in his life. And I'm just honored to be sitting here next to a brother that helped. Now you talk about role models. Um, he always, when he came out in front of us, he always carried himself like a man, and that's something that you don't see too often. And I just want to welcome Mr. Paul to Detroit, and that's what I came up here for.
Marvin, I want to say thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, I want to give our praises due. I want to say salam alaikum to you.
Wa alaikum ala salam. Let's get his mic hot now.
I, it's funny we go back to California, and because I been in this business so long, I've met so many people through the years in this business, and my life has been. People say I should write a book. My life has been a lifetime of being nice and respecting people. Not trying to be important, but it's important to be nice. And that's what my grandmother taught me in this business. So through the years, I've accumulated a lot of friends. The music has always been special to my heart, but I've always just tried to do one thing when I sing, sing the truth and what is happening. And what is happening now, it's in our world situation, especially I have to say with our youth, even with some of my grandkids, I'm very disappointed in the way, especially the young black men and black women, young, are carrying themselves, I'm not knocking on them because I have it in my own family, but we have to pull up because when things happen, and we being black, and I've always been a proud black man, we feel like responsible, and we all feel like it was us doing it. You know what I mean? It's like we just have to get it together, because music has changed. When I came along, there was a lot of discipline in music. Now, it seems like the more angry you are, the more publicity you get, and that makes you famous. But it goes into violence, and violence has never proved nothing.
That's right. I want to say that I would like you to just tell us a little bit about. It's a lot of aspiring young people that want to get into entertainment, and many have gotten in and they lose their integrity or whatnot, and you seem to have maintained yours. How did you get your start? Where did you start at?
Well, I'm going back. I was discovered by Charlie Parker.
Okay.
See, I'm a jazz singer, and Charlie Parker discovered me.
Okay.
And a lot of the young kids don't know who Charlie Parker, is or who was, but he's one of the greatest saxophone players in the world. A legend. He is a legend. He's history.
Yes, sir.
And I sang with Charlie Parker at 16. And I always loved jazz.
Where was this?
In Philly.
In Philly.
Because
Okay.
my aunt played with Lucky Milton. She played piano. Her name was Camille Howard. And she was a piano player. She took me to Charlie Parker. And I can remember the first song that I sang with Charlie Parker was Stella by Starlight.
Okay.
And Tad Dameron, his piano player, was my first musical instructor. And I did my first record called Why Am I? And his piano player was the piano player on my first record. He organized the session. And I was like 16, 17 years old.
Yes, sir.
And Edna McGriff and Sonny Till and the Orioles, many of you don't remember, going back, was on that label. So I've been doing this since I started in the church.
Yes, sir.
And Sammy Davis and Frank Sinatra did a lot for me. So in other words, I've been around some giants that believed in me. And all I wanted to do was sing. But see, I was a longshoreman. I went to school and I worked and sang at night. So I'm a jazz singer. And then I went into service at 21. I was in there with Bing Crosby, Stills, and Elvis Presley. We was in the same unit. And we wanted Elvis to start coming in. In other words, what I'm saying is we went to Germany. And I didn't want to go to the ground and sleep on the ground and go to the field. So me and Gary Crosby, Bing Crosby's son, decided to say, let's start a band. And so that way we could work all the service clubs, you know what I mean? So we asked Elvis. And Elvis said, no, I can't go. I don't want to sing. I'm going to wait for Priscilla.
You say you invited Elvis?
He had to be in the band.
Okay.
So he said, no, we can't do it, Billy. He said, Gary, I'm waiting for Priscilla, because Priscilla's coming over here. I'm going to get married. And he's waiting for Priscilla to come overseas.
All right.
So me and Gary Crosby said, oh, we're going to do it. So we formed this band together, and you never believe who was the piano player. Cedar Walton, who played with Miles Davis, and Eddie Harris, the saxophone player, he was in the band. So you got all these giants. We're in the service together. And we started this band, and we worked all throughout Germany. And I was with Elvis when his father brought Priscilla overseas.
Okay.
He was in Germany. I was in Kirchgau, Germany. And he was in Wiesbaden, right down to the next post. And I used to see him every day. And he was a nice guy.
Yes, sir.
And I remember being in Memphis. And I worked in Memphis, and the hotel that I stayed in was right next to Graceland. And my wife who's with me now, I'm looking at her. She said, why don't you go over and see Elvis? I said, no. I said, I'll see him the next time when I come back to Memphis. Mm-hmm. And then next week, he died. Mm. And it hit me. I said, man, I said, see, you could never, I should have just did it then, you know. And I was always sorry that I didn't go over and see him, because when I first made Mrs. Jones, Gary Crosby called me all the way from Hawaii, and I was in Cleveland, Ohio. So, you know, my life has been, it's so much has happened in my life. My career has been good for me, and a lot of people say, whatever happened to Billy Paul, you know, because I've had so many hits since Mr. Jones. And I just want the world to know Billy Paul is fine. Billy Paul is still singing and going all over the world. And God has still blessed me with my voice this week. And I have to say, this week has been 2 or 3 days ago. It was a hard week because I put my little dog down named Bijou. It's been with me for like 18 years, and I had to put him down. And that was something that really, like, it affected me, you know. Because he used to sit there and go to the studio with me, and when I record, he'd be right with me. I take my dog to the studio. So I had to put him down. Anybody got a dog? Well, I just don't want to get into it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say I wanna let all of you know who are viewing and listening that if you have something in particular that you would like to just call up and greet Mr. Paul, feel free to do so. We're not going to rush him out of here. He's here. He's going to do 2 concerts, one tomorrow evening. And matter of fact, the callers the first, let's say the first 20 callers, uh, Mr. Watkins is going to let you get your ticket for half price, and we take care of the others. So the first 20, you let it be different households now, don't y'all?
You know what I want to say? I have to say one thing. You know, like Detroit is such a phenomenal town, and I'm going to say thank you, Detroit, because Detroit discovered Billy Paul first on Ebony Woman before Mr. Jones even came out.
Yes, sir.
And Detroit knew about Billy Paul before some people in Philadelphia knew about Billy Paul. And Detroit's nice.
You preaching to the choir on that one, because Detroit was the first city that the Nation of Islam, that's where we started, in Detroit.
Yeah.
You know, Master Farad Muhammad and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, they started right here in Detroit. Even the new Nation of Islam, most of the ones that's helping me in Mississippi is from Michigan here. So, you know, I mean, these are some, you know, they cuss you out sometime, but they there.
Always been the
You know,
forerunner.
I mean,
Yeah.
they just real. I mean,
Yeah.
and that's saying something. It's Michigan has some history.
And Detroit is like my second home, you know. I love Detroit. I have family in Detroit on Melton,
Yes,
on the
sir.
east side, you know. And listen, I played every club. The first time I came in Mozambique, High Chaparral, Dummy George, Henry's, I mean, again, Masonic Temple, you know. I go on and on and on. Pontchartrain, yes, you know, even out there, little Egypt, out of Wyoming. You know,
sir.
so I've been around it.
Yes, sir. Well, I remember in 74, we on the West Coast, where I grew up, we had a black businessman's bazaar. And I remember you and Eddie Kendricks came to perform. And that always, I remember when you told them out of respect for what it was, a religious function, you wouldn't do your number one hit at that time. You know what? Everybody wanted to hear. He said, "No, I'm not gonna do me and Miss Jones."
Yeah, I said, you know, it was real funny because I respected Islam, and the song.
I mean, that's the kind of brother he is. That's the kind of brother
talking
he
about
is, you know.
cheating, you know, and about
He said, "No, I
you
can't
know,
do that."
and I said I can't do it. You know, people were very disappointed. You know, because I said, to be fair to the Nation of Islam, I cannot do this song. You know, and then the King said, he looked at me and laughed.
And him and Eddie did Love Train.
Love Train.
They did it in a way that I had never heard
Yeah.
done before, you know. And,
you know, I just see people all over the world join hands. Love Train, Love Train. And I let Eddie take it first.
Yes, sir.
You know, next stop, then we make way be England. You know what I mean?
That's right.
That's
right.
And it's funny, we couldn't get Marvin. Marvin, he was getting ready to get married then because there were three of us that used to go. Me, Eddie Kendricks, and Marvin Gaye.
Mm-hmm.
And people used to always ask me when I was living in Hollywood out there, and said, "You live up there in Mulholland Drive, up in the hills." I said, "Why are you always down here in Watts and on Crenshaw down here?" You know, they called it down in the jungle.
Yes,
I
sir.
said, "Look, man,
Yeah,
I got to
that's the
be down here because I said, I got to take the message to the people.
Yes, sir.
So I got to come down here and be down here out there at home, socialize with the people,
Yes,
and let them know what's happening.
That's
you know what I
right.
mean? And people couldn't understand because of the fact that I said, this is what I am singing about, life. So I have to experience this. In other words, to sing about it. Like when I did Let 'Em In,
Yes, sir.
my twin sister had died. And she was a nice singer, good singer, much better singer than I was. And I was asking God to let her in heaven. When I did Thanks for Saving My Life, I met my wife, and I mean, I was going to school, but I was off the corner. You understand what I'm talking about? She brushed all them rough edges off me. And I was telling her, thanks for saving my life, pick me up, and make me feel like I'm living again. So that's what that song was about. So everything.
You know, everybody could relate to that. Everybody had something. It's just like me when I first heard it. I was thinking about what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad did for me. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that's a timeless song. Most of your music is that I've you know. I mean, it goes across all age levels because it's a message in there.
That's for Blanche, and Blanche is my wife, who is also my manager, and we've been together for 49 years, and we're going on to our 49th year, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And she picked me up, dusted me off, made me feel like I'm living again, and I met her at a club called Mousie's, and she was having dinner at the dinner club.
Yes,
She didn't even go in the bar too much at that time, and I was like rehearsing, and I went over, and a friend of mine, a girlfriend that I knew, I mean a friend of hers, the girl that she was with I knew, and she introduced me to Blanche, not just to myself, to my day, that's gonna be my wife. To myself I said
Yes,
that,
sir.
and I married her, and I don't have no regrets, never
And
had
she
a
right
regret,
here by your
not
side.
one day. If I said, I'm sorry I married this lady, every day's been, I mean, yeah, but being married life is a rough life now. I mean,
Yes,
I ain't never, like, I mean, she
Everybody
could
know
you,
that's
oh
been
yeah, she
married.
rough now.
Yes,
I
sir. Yes, sir. Mercy.
No, but it worked out for me.
Yes, sir. Well, we want to make sure that you all fill it up tomorrow. So yes, that's and Sunday. You bring Mama.
And Mother's Day, that's right.
That's right. Mother's Day.
Yeah, because
This tomorrow we gonna be. I'm definitely coming. If it pleases Allah, I'll be there.
yes, you got to bring
And
Mama out.
a lot of them done already asked me that, that's up here, the believers, they asked me, could they come? I said, of course. Yeah,
It's Marvin. Life is funny. Life gives you can have all the wives in the world, but it only gives you one mother. And that's why Mother's Day is very important. Because when I did the record, I'm going to make it this time, on that Mrs. Jones album,
Yes, sir.
I did that for my mom. And I was saying, I'm going to make it this time. Because she put a lot of money in me struggling, going to music school and so forth, take me to kiddie hours, singing on shows. And I looked at her and I said, I'm going to make it this time. And that's the album I got the Grammy off of.
Yes, sir.
So that's why that song is special to me. Because when the curtain goes up and the audience sit down, I'm going to be singing and getting my crown.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
going to make it. So.
See, now you just showed people the truth about what the book says about honoring your father and your mother.
All the days of my life.
How old are you, brother?
Oh, me?
Yes.
79 years old.
79 years old. And you just heard how he spoke of his mother. You never can go wrong, brother. It's like that young brother that his mother was slapping him on the TV and stuff.
Yes,
You notice that young brother didn't try to fight his mama or whatnot. I admired that more than anything that I ever, I mean, what he got to prove? That man ain't got nothing to prove to you that he gonna fight his own mama?
But she was saving his life.
Out of your mind.
She was,
And a man that honors his mother, he will honor his wife.
I can remember.
That's and a man that won't. I'm gonna tell you in front of all of them. Don't marry no man that don't honor his own mama.
That's right. 'Cause I remember cussing my wife out in front of my mom. My wife seen it happen to me. My mother came off the step and started hitting me upside my head and knocked me on my Mercedes and grabbed me in my collar and had me down on the hood.
Mine
So you
slapped
don't
me.
talk to your wife that way.
That's right.
And she was punching me, not with her slapping me. She had her fist ball up. My wife was standing right there seeing it. And she talks about that now.
And you didn't raise your hand to your mother.
Didn't say nothing.
That's right, man.
Didn't,
I
didn't
remember
think about
mine
it.
hit me with her hand. Slapped me.
Oh,
Slapped me.
man.
I wasn't finna raise my hand to my
Did
mama.
you see-
I felt bad.
Did you see stars?
Oh, man. You know, I didn't never do what I did no more
You
either.
thought you was boxing, did you?
That's it. But I'm talking about I was up some size, man.
I know.
So,
Because
you know,
it's so funny. You put your
yeah,
hands
brother.
up trying to guard and then still
Oh,
get the
man.
one, too.
She,
You know?
she slapped
No,
me.
it's
That's mama, man. You know, and ain't you don't raise your hand to your parents.
I would like everybody to come out tomorrow because it's going.
Yes.
I'm singing with my own band, and it's going to be nice because I got a nice band, some young cats in my band, some young musicians in my band.
That's something else. You don't go no place and sing with somebody else's band, do you?
No.
Mr. Watkins told me that Mr. Paul don't care. He don't sing with nobody but his own band.
And he's a young guy.
You know, that way you getting what you what you paying for.
That's right.
You ain't getting no cheap copy. You're getting the original. The musicians that's behind him in the song, they are with him. And so
And I got some
that
background singers. I got some singers to do background. Shirley Lights. Oh man, Leslie
well, you know,
Bingham.
we want to see all of you out. Mr. Tyler, if we have people calling, make sure y'all put them through. I know this is something that you know, they're not used to me being on at this time. But and those of you in the conference room, if you want to unmute your phone and ask Mr. Paul something, and you know, if you in state here, we can include you in those half price tickets too. So if you in the city here, I should say, and so I've already ordered me 10 of them, and you know, y'all make sure Sister Hesse, if she's listening, y'all make sure somebody brings Sister Hesse out, and some of the others that, like Brother Abdullah, he bought his wife a ticket. Now I'm gonna get him a ticket, so you know, him and her both, they come out, and we gonna give tickets out to as many as we can. 10 plus. I see we have someone trying to call. Did we lose sound? Just a moment. I'll just call them back. Excuse me, Mr. Paul.
Provided by Incorrect access code. Please access code accepted. There are 4 participants in this conference.
See, this isn't our normal time for being on, so a lot of people don't know we're on here. But I know people in the city viewing us on television, and so we're going to do what we can to make sure that this event is a success. And Mr. Paul, you grew up in Philly, and you
I grew up in Philly, and
your
North
high
Philadelphia.
school and all that.
high school and all. Yeah, me. I grew up in Philly. Yeah.
Okay, and your tours. Have you been recently on tours?
Yes,
Different-
yes.
Where,
I just got,
where at?
yes, I just got back from Brazil. I just got back from England and France. I just finished singing Mrs. Jones with the Gypsy Kings. I did a record with
Yes,
the
sir.
Gypsy Kings.
Okay,
And
that's a group in England.
France.
In France. Okay.
In Europe, and I'm always a lot in Europe. I go to England, I go to Monte Carlo. I have to go to Monte Carlo this year. I also have to go to England. I have to go to Brazil. I have to go to
Next
Brazil
month?
in June for
Oh,
almost
okay.
like a month. Then I come back and I go to England.
Yes,
I
sir.
come back and I have to go to Monte Carlo. Then I come back and I got to go to France. You know, so I'm always in
So
Europe.
you
And I
already
go to
booked up all
Morocco.
through
I even go to Algeria. You know.
Okay.
You know. Now, you know, since the war, it's been slow. But I go to um, Sweden.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, Germany. I got to go to Germany this year. So Europe, you know, I'm very popular overseas,
Yes, sir.
and my music, I have a big audience overseas.
I was
South America, I have an extremely big audience.
I went online and
Peru, yeah.
saw you doing something in France.
Oh yes,
And
yeah,
you know it. You
Yeah.
know, I say, man, people don't even hardly speak English.
Switzerland.
Yeah,
yeah. So I'm always, you know, I go all over the world. And it's funny, Mrs. Jones is a classic record that I've sang with symphony orchestras and everything. And let me be honest, I think Mr. Jones right now is a classic.
Yes, sir.
It's done in so many languages and it's all over the world. And I sing it with the Beethoven Symphony Orchestra,
Yes, sir.
the Stockholm Symphony Orchestra, the Vienna Symphony Orchestra, Philadelphia Philharmonic. So I'm saying it, but I mean, the amazing thing is that it's a classic. It has made
It's
me.
called Timeless.
It's a timeless song,
Yeah.
and that's why I've been blessed singing that song.
Yes,
Because
sir.
that song, Mr. Jones, everybody knows Mr. Jones.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir. I mean, it's just you know. So we're in studio with Mr. Billy Paul.
And you know, I have to give homage, man, to, you know, like, I get a lot of respect from some of the rappers, you know, because a lot of them have sampled my stuff. The young Jeezy, Jeezy,
Jeezy.
yeah,
Okay.
Ludacris,
I know it's that some of them got so many different names that I can't hardly
yeah,
remember. You used to sing with the Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, didn't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
What
Teddy took my place. I didn't want to dance. I couldn't dance. So how Melvin fired me.
Jerry
Yeah.
Butler didn't do no dancing.
Yeah. So I
Lou
just
Rawls
always
didn't
kinda like,
either.
no, we didn't do no dancing. So Teddy was the drummer,
Yes,
and
sir.
Teddy got up and he took over the mic, and Teddy Pendergrass been there ever since. You know,
Yes,
'cause
sir.
I was the lead singer.
Yes, sir.
But I was also like me and Bunny Sigler and Kenny Gamble, Leon Huff, and we were stylistics. We, you know, like
Yes, sir.
many people don't know it that, you know, like we did some of the background stylistics in the studio.
Yes, sir. So, matter of fact, that was pretty accurate what they showed, where some of the groups would back up, back each other up in different songs.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
You know.
And that's whoever was there in that studio. Same thing with Motown. So
How many
sometimes-
different labels have you sung under?
Not many. I've only been on 3 labels.
Okay.
I've only been on 3 labels. Actually, Philly International and Total Experience.
Yes, sir. All right.
And what's the other one? Ichiban.
Ichiba.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Lately album. And that was 3. I've only been on 3. I gave them 1 album. And I gave Total Experience 1 album. And the rest of them were Philly International on CBS, yeah.
Okay. Had you ever had any of you all ever kicked around the idea about starting your own label?
You know, like it's now, you know, we work on do that, but now when they started doing it on the internet,
Uh huh.
you know, it's not easy. About maybe 25 years ago, it would have been nice you could do that. Now it's really different. You know, people sing it, download it on the internet, so it's hard starting a record company on your own now.
Because
So
people can just.
you can sell more records now on the internet.
Yes, sir.
You know.
Okay. So
No,
have
I
you
don't think I
branched
would ever
into
do that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Too many people involved. It's different now. You know, the music has changed. See, when we were recording, you know, like we missed a note. We had see right now, Marvin. I'm going to do some work in the studio, but I use actually true musicians. I don't use the
Synthesizers.
synthesizer. I mean, I don't use all the Pro Tools and all that. I use the raw rudiments, bass, drum, piano, natural sound.
Yes, sir.
Because and if we miss a note, we would have to stay in that studio Gladys night all night till we got that note right. Couldn't run it through no Pro Tools like they do today. I mean, you can take a person today that don't sing, don't sound good at all, auto tunes, and make them sound good.
Yes, sir.
See, but when you get out there on the stage and that auto tune break down, you're on your own.
Yeah.
See, if I got out there on this stage and music stop, I'm gonna sing a cappella.
Yes, sir.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's not dependent on no
No,
electronic.
I'm not dependent upon
gadgets.
no gadgets. So now it's gadget music.
Yes, sir.
You know.
No, and that's one of the reasons why most of them, it all sounds monotone.
You're monotone, yeah.
Yeah. Just
Yeah, and it's funny, like, some people say, oh, I'm a producer. You know, being a producer, and some of them don't really know the music.
yes, sir.
You know, I'm a producer. You know, like lyrics is important in music.
Yes, sir.
You can't write.
Okay, let's let the caller call in. Yes, caller.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How you feeling?
I'm very good, sir. And how are you, gentlemen?
Oh, I think we doing all right.
know
you
that's right.
here with Mr. Paul and myself?
Yes,
And,
sir. How you doing, Mr. Billy Paul?
Fine,
Honor
sir.
and a pleasure. It's an honor and a pleasure. How you doing, Mr. Billy Paul? You all right?
Oh, I'm fine, sir.
I just called to ask you a simple question. You play with Philly International, right?
Yes.
And so that would be MFSB, right?
Yeah, mother, father, sister, brother,
Good
yes.
brother, right. So did you have any input on the Mysteries of the World, Old San Juan, Volume 1?
No, I didn't.
Any? Wasn't it a Volume 2 and a Volume 3?
I don't,
Different
you know, I
languages.
really don't know because you know, like, I think it was, but you know, I think that they took those and put them in the can and they didn't release them.
Right. Okay. I just wanted to know that, but I appreciate your music, your sound, your soul, and you keep rolling, brother. Thank you very much for coming to the City of Soul. Thank you very much, also, son of man.
Look,
Assalamu alaikum.
before you go off, brother, you married or you single or what?
I'm very single, sir.
Okay, well you got a lady?
Not at this moment.
Okay, well look, I'm just well you're gonna get your ticket for half price now, bro.
Oh, okay.
So you just pay half, and the other half will be taken care of. We'll make sure that you're able to get on out there tomorrow.
Okay.
And
Thank you very much, son of man.
thank you, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
What you say? Oh, stay on the line so they can get your information and get your name. Nobody come up here and take your place, man.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. You are listening to Mr. Billy Paul. He's in studio with us, and you know, a lot of times people forget where they came from. But you see, Mr. Paul ain't forgot where he came from. He's right back here with us, and we are honored to be in his presence. You know, it's not often that you get a chance to. It's like I didn't get a chance to talk with Mr. Kendricks like I'm doing with you. But I would have loved to, because you were so inspired. You don't realize we ain't got but 4 minutes. All right. Mr. Paul, you close this out with whatever advice or whatever you think young people need to know that's going into this entertainment field that you are in.
It's these, especially to the young entertainers who are making it today, who's going into the music and the rap and music. Invest your money. Invest your money and let your money take care of you. You know, invest your money and don't worry about buying a big house and everything. Because see, you're not going to be on top all the time. In other words, like when I say that, you can be being consistent, being able to plant your feet, so you can work all the time. God's been good to me because I'm self-contained and I'm able to work all the time. And I'm able to have a very successful career. And I don't have to worry about saving my house and doing all this and overspending, because I did all that. But invest your money and let it take care of you. Make sure you, main thing, make sure you get good health insurance. And a good accountant. I'm saying that because there's so many of us entertainers die broke, get sick, and don't have hospitals to take care of us. You know what I mean? Make sure you get a good health plan. And make sure you get a nice woman that can help you. You know, make sure you get a good family. Be a family man. Take care of family. Put the money into your own neighborhood. Put the money in and build it up. You know, I'm saying this because of the fact that entertainers today make more. I didn't make the money that they're making today. So, in other words, like, don't let nobody just give you foolish things. Toys, when I say toys, BMW and this and play with, a big gold chain that hang down to the ground. You know, get the money
Yes, sir.
and get a good accountant and invest it where it can work for you. That's what I've done.
Brothers and sisters, he telling you right. You know, that don't, as they say, when you have dollars, you need to have sense with it, and that's the truth. And we gonna put a pin in it there.